What's up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of IDK Sports Podcast, where there is no beef. We are your premier podcast. Talking sports with the average guy. If you got something to say about it, you know the mentions. And at Anthony E. Great on Instagram, at Finesse in the Gram.
Let's go.
You know what I'm saying? At IDK Pod on Instagram. If you want to look and see that we are the best, you know what I'm saying? Catch us every Monday wherever you get your podcast. YouTube, Spotify, Amazon, all the places. Say hey, Alexa, play, set it to your Siri notifications, all that, because we are the premier podcast talking sports with the average guy. You know, this week got my brother Kenny back, you know what I'm saying, back in the seat, you know.
Yeah, man. Happy to be back. I don't feel like it's been a long hiatus. I don't want to talk like it's been a long hiatus.
Nah, just a little week.
Just a little break. You
know what I'm saying? So he's back in the chair. We're going to just get right into it, man.
Let's do it, bro.
NFL draft recap, man. Before I get into that, this year.
You starting with hate?
Nah, no hate. This whole pod.
Okay.
I've been watching a lot of movies. Disney movies, too. I have a child. Disney movies.
Okay.
And what I've learned is some people are not the villains that we say are the villains.
I like this take.
Right?
This is going.
Some people are not the villains. Prime example, Beauty and the Beast, right? Gaston. Was he really a villain?
I don't remember the premise of that.
But Gaston, you know what I'm saying? He had everybody, but he wanted Belle, right? Wanted Belle, you know. But Belle chose a beast that locked her up, you know, in the thing, in a magical palace, because it's a magical palace, it's supposed to make it better, right? You know, locked her up.
Okay.
You know, made her stay there because her, prisoner swapped her with her dad.
Okay.
And just because she fell in love with him, he's the superhero, and Gaston's the villain. Well, actually, he came to save her. You know what I'm saying?
It's a classic case of Stockholm Syndrome.
Thank you. So that's what we are. Speaking of Beauty and the Beast, some of these picks are beauties, and some of these are straight beasts.
Beauty and the Beast, though. I had to spin that back.
Like, some of these are straight beasts, man.
I do remember that Gaston did have one of the better soundtrack songs.
You know what I'm saying? Gaston. Yeah, Gaston. Everybody. The women love Gaston. All he wanted was Belle. You know what I'm saying? But she chose the beast, though. That's another problem. We're not talking about that.
For sure.
You know what I'm saying? But some of these picks were beauty and beast. I'm going to keep it a buck. I don't have no winners or losers in this draft. I have picks that I like, but I don't got no teams that I really...
Okay.
That I really rock with. So maybe we change my mind, so I'm going to let you rock first. Okay. I like some picks, but let's start first before we go to winners and losers.
Okay.
Let's start the first round. What
happened?
What happened in the first round? Now, personally, in the first round, I think that we'll get to the main one was Atlanta, right?
Yeah.
I was shocked at first, but after looking at it, if you rock with that quarterback, even if you have Kirk Cousins, who might not play that long, when are you going to have a chance to pick another quarterback like this? If that's your guy. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you're winning, you're not going to have a high enough pick to pick the quarterback that you like. And the Packers been doing it for years. Yeah. The Chiefs had Alex Smith drafted Patrick Mahomes.
I think the issue comes in, right? Because you just paid Kirk a lot of money.
Yeah.
$180 million over 4 years.
That was dumb.
So you thinking I guess you're trying to take that same template of, like you said, the Packers with Jordan Love, when you had Aaron Rodgers, that same template and just copy and paste here. But my thing is, if I'm Kirk, you do have a top 10 valuable pick that you can use that on maybe offensive line help. You know, at that time, Rome Odunze was still on the board.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? You can still swing for either get me some help here. Mind you, Atlanta was still in contention at the end of the year. I don't think they didn't make it into the playoffs. They missed it by a couple games, right? Yeah. So you were still in contention. Now
that means that team is pretty talented, right?
You still got some talent on that team,
yeah.
Right? So I'm thinking, if I'm Kirk, you should get me some help. I would think I like Bijan, I like Drake London out there, I like Kyle Pitts. He's going into to contract here soon. But at the same time,
yeah,
big dog, I need some help.
I mean,
I need some help.
You got 180 mil too, though.
So we paid you 180 mil to flip the ship.
I mean, if I went 6 and 7 with Desmond Ridder and Marcus Mariota,
yeah.
I mean, I almost made a playoff with Desmond and Marcus Mariota. If I'm adding you to elevate that position,
right,
then we should win this division,
right,
with that same team that we got.
So Kirk Cousins adds.
It's supposed to add value.
Supposed to add 2 to 3 more wins onto your docket, just by that addition alone.
2, 3, maybe 4 wins on that docket because some of them get them in every game. There's not a quarterback.
True indeed.
But if I like Michael Penix, and that's my guy. Like I seen him, I like him. When are we going to have an opportunity without giving up a bunch of draft capital to draft a quarterback that we really like? So, and they don't. And people like, one thing, I get your point, but one thing that some people got to realize, rookie quarterbacks don't have to play. No. And it's not like back in the day we had to pay him a lot of money. By the time his option comes up, Kirk probably going to be out the door. Yeah. Like that 4 years, Kirk's not doing 4 years. He ain't gonna see the full term. You know what I'm saying? And he's coming off an Achilles injury. What if he ain't right? Mm-hmm. And now I just lost money and I gotta go rebuild.
So now this is where I can kind of side with Terry Fontenot on the other side. It's like, hey, at the same time, I don't plan on picking top 10 for the next 4 years.
Exactly.
So, and that's exactly why we brought you in. We paid you that money. Yeah. So while I'm up here,
let me grab my guy.
I'm gonna go get my guy.
Yeah, everybody trying to act like Kirk is the present or the future. Kirk is the very near, the right now presence. Yeah. He's not the future of the franchise, nothing. Ain't the face of the Kirk Cousins not coming in to be the face of your franchise.
Okay, I hear that point, but you didn't pay me like I was a bridge quarterback. And if you expect me to be a bridge quarterback, I'm gonna be the most expensive bridge you ever paid for.
But what quarterback's making now though?
On term, well, I think Patrick just cracked him for over 50. I think Jalen's right underneath 50. Lamar's over 50. So
he got 45.
Yeah.
How much that was guaranteed? 100. 100 and 180 was guaranteed. So
100 mil was guaranteed.
So really, if you do 100 divided by 4, that's 25.
Yeah, 25 years.
So you got 25
guaranteed
for a quarterback.
That's just guaranteed.
That's guaranteed when they're going for 40, 50 plus.
Right.
A good quarterback's gonna go, even at Kirk Cousins' age, is gonna go for 40. Mm-hmm. So you got one for 25.
Right. Well, I mean, let's just put a guarantee money. He can still make like the contract money.
But they're not gonna make the contract money. Okay. They have no that's what they have no intentions in making all 180.
I don't think, like I said, I don't think they have any intentions on him playing the full term of that
contract. They say
paying him the full term.
Somebody said, okay, we get him for 3 years at $100 million. That's a good deal for a good quarterback.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You got to pay for quarterbacks now. Quarterback pricing going up and up.
And backups too.
You know,
backups
too. So like I like it. What I didn't like was how y'all let Jim Harbaugh talk y'all into drafting J.J. McCarthy. He ain't even drafted him. Like it been like the people, because the Patriots called their bluff. Yeah. The Patriots and the Commanders called his bluff. Commanders, they gave him a good package for Justin Herbert. Yeah. You can come get your boy if he's that good. Right. They said no. So Commanders got Jaden. The other one got Drake May. Yeah. Only the Vikings.
And this is where this is where I have to commend the Vikings too. Because JJ is not a top 10 pick. He's right outside the top 10. They picked him
outside the top.
That's what I'm saying. They picked him outside the top 10.
No, first round pick. He wasn't even a first round grade going into the combine.
This is where when it comes contract time, there's no just saving grace. That top 10 buffer that's added into those first contracts, that's taken out. So at least here you get to save some face here. Say, hey, we didn't pay him the top 10, you know what I'm saying, curve on this one. So at least we get that buffer there. But I'm with you. Between JJ and Bo, they should have been back there with Spencer Rattler.
Bro, I wouldn't even bring up Sean Payton to be gone. Never mind. Let's finish.
Okay.
Let's finish. Because people talk, when the Patriots and the Commanders offer, I think they offer like 3 first-round picks.
Yes, we need that.
Big package for Justin Herbert.
Yeah, we need that.
Because you said your guy is the best quarterback. was speaking his praises,
Stand
but
on
you wouldn't give up Justin
Stand on
Herbert.
it. Yeah, stand on
The
it.
Vikings offered it. Everybody was offering
Yeah,
because you wanted your boys.
stand on it.
You know what I'm saying? Going back to Penix, though, the only person I do feel bad for is the Raiders. I think Penix was their guy.
I think so
And
too.
I think that they was willing to go. Atlanta surprised them. They was willing to trade up, but you didn't know that Atlanta was looking for a quarterback.
Yeah, they wasn't. I don't think
That was like a well-kept secret.
But he may have. When I say he, I'm talking about. I forgot the owning family over there for the Raiders. Yeah. But I think he may have looked at the Falcons as like a trade-up partner. Like, hey, trade up, but not as somebody that was going to get their guy. Exactly.
And that threw them off.
Right.
That threw them off. I think it actually set back their rebuild.
Yeah, I think so too.
I still like the Brock Bowers pick. Go get a player that's a playmaker. You still got Gardner. I think Brock Bowers is going to be good in that offense.
Yeah,
if you use him right.
Yeah,
he's not a blocker.
Right, by all instances, he's a split wide.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But by all instances, I understand that pick because at that point he's the best player on the board by every stretch of the imagination. But my thing is, you just came off of last year where you just drafted tight end too. But in this
case, tight end sets are big deals.
If that's the case, if you go in Big 12,
likes to run the ball.
Yeah, if you go in 12 and you got Devontae on the, you know what I'm saying? Devontae still sitting out there out wide, that's cool. But I just think there's more value. That's where I thought the first defensive player was going to come off the board. But if you didn't get QB.
I do think, let's say, okay, we don't see no QB that we like. Because obviously they didn't try to get Spencer.
Yeah.
They didn't try to get Milton. They didn't think none of them was worth it, right?
Right.
So say, okay, we got Gardner. Gardner has won games. Gardner almost led the Colts to the playoffs.
No, on the low.
They're going to run the football. Mm-hmm. What sets do I run the football out of? 2 tight end sets.
13 even.
I think Brock Bowers has an opportunity to open up the field for Devontae, put him on the same side. Yeah. If Brock Bowers can command space in the middle of the field, that gives Devontae that split second that the safety has to make a decision.
Right.
And give him some time. But I think they're going to be a run-heavy offense. I think they're going to run the ball a lot. Mm-hmm. And sometimes I think you might see 3 tight end sets out of that.
I have to say, yeah, they can go 13 if they wanted to. And I think they still got Jacoby Myers out there, right?
Yeah.
Who is a pretty good option.
Yeah.
You know, not above average option.
Yeah.
So they'll be all right. I just don't know who's the running back now. Did they pick anyone up?
I don't know. I gotta look that up.
Okay, but I see the thought process behind that. But I just thought that was a pick that was like, all right, let's just go for the best player available.
That's what you do.
And you can never go wrong with that.
Yeah.
Never can go wrong.
Before we get to that bull crap that the Broncos did, I was shocked. Like, I even put on Instagram, did we forget the defense plays? It's another side of the ball. Did anybody get drafted in the first round defense? Or one player?
Yeah, but the defensive players didn't start till pick 15.
I think only like 3 got picked. And I didn't
in the top 20.
And I didn't like a couple of them. I told you about it. They didn't look at one guy. I like the guy from UCLA.
Yeah.
I think he has production, but he does have an injury history.
And I think he's like 23, 24.
I mean, all these cats 23, 24.
But I'm saying, I'm talking like your average, like probably they did like regular 4 years, like 21.
Yeah,
like 21, something like that.
All these cats is kind of old though.
But that's the COVID years coming back to play.
I didn't like the chop pick. I think I told you I didn't like the chop pick. Chop didn't have. I see the measurables and I see the explosion. Yeah. I didn't see the production though for like a number 1 pick. Like Verse had tackles and Verse motor was undeniable. Like for Chop to be Chop was like almost the first one off the board, wasn't he?
Chop went right after Verse did.
Okay. Really?
Yeah. Rams went 20, and then Rams went 20.
Verse Chop is like this is what the difference between Chop and Verse. Verse can put his hand in the ground and be 3 downs and play 3 downs. Yeah. He can play on the run down, stuff like that. You're not putting Chop in.
No, that's for a specialist.
Exactly. And he didn't have any sacks. Pause. Yeah. But he I think on the year he only had like 3 or 4. Last year.
Yeah.
Like the production, I like him measurables, speed, size, all that.
Right.
But as far as when I think of a first round pick, the guy from UCLA, yeah, with the injury history, that joker had double-digit sacks last year. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And has been wrecking havoc at UCLA. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
I didn't get that same feeling from Chop. Not saying he's not going to be a good player, but I said it's kind of high for him. Jared Verse did it on the FCS level at Albany, went up, moved up, played at Florida State, produced at Florida State. And it like, he's a 3-9. You can put him his knee in the. He probably, if you want to, you can make him bulkier and put him on the ground too.
Oh, put him in that 3 tag.
Yeah. So that was one of my things. Some decent players. I think it was some miss on some of the corners. I'm surprised Kool-Aid dropped to the second round.
Yes, I had that wrong. So it was Verse went 19, then the Steelers picked, then Chop went at 21. So correction on that one. But as far as like the defensive players go, I don't really see, when you kind of look back at the first round, it's like, yeah, well, once you see that run on quarterbacks and then that run on linemen, like you said, what happened, it's kind of like, all right, where do we go from here?
That's a fact.
And this just wasn't a year where you usually get that like all consensus edge player, that all consensus D tackle, that all consensus.
But they were there. But I think what happened was after the quarterbacks,
right?
Some teams, like I said, what happened?
Right.
Some teams was like, oh crap, this guard is on the table.
Yeah.
This tackle's on the table.
Gotta go.
And speaking of the tackles and the guard, these jokers are getting bigger and more athletic. It's crazy. Some of them like 6'8", 350. That's crazy. But they are.
It's that joker, Amarius Mims.
Yeah. But that run happened. I think that pushed back a lot. I mean, I know the corner that y'all got from Toledo. He went. I knew he was going to go eventually. I knew Nate is just too explosive.
I like that pick. I like that pick. That's one of my best picks.
Nate, I think, like me personally, jumping ahead a little bit. I think Nate has a chance to win D-Roy because he's so athletic and so fast that he don't have to have the greatest technique out the board. But if he gets like great technique with the speed that he got, because you're not going to outrun him.
No.
Because we can have recovery speed.
Yeah.
And
I mean, as far as anything getting, past more behind him, that's not going to happen, like you said. My thing is him playing downhill. Yeah. Which is only a problem when it comes to the screen game. I'm not asking a corner to make that tackle on the edge. Yeah. As long as you push the play back inside, I'm cool with that. I don't have those stipulations like some other analysts do for their corners. But my only fault in his game is him coming downhill, which I think he'll add because that's just the nature of the Ravens defense. That's the coach they have in that building.
And you got the safety back there.
Yeah. Kyle Hamilton, you know what I'm saying?
Doing his thing.
Right.
That was a good pick. I think some really good defensive players fell on the lap thing. Before I get to, the hate.
Gotta get there.
I like the Xavier Worthy pick. I know you need another speed demon, but I thought you reached.
I think you just try to. It was almost hand in glove. It was almost like it was too sick. It was too much by the rim to not just finish off the alley-oop. Like, it was just like, you got to go there. It was the easiest pick, and you're picking 32. Ain't nobody going to hold your, you know what I'm saying?
I just like,
hold your hands, hold you to the fire.
I knew somebody was going to, like, draft them higher, but I didn't think it was going to be.
Dude,
because I think his partner at Texas that went to Indianapolis, I thought he was better.
Yeah.
I thought he was a better receiver.
Yeah, I think he had more film on tape because Adonai came from Georgia.
I know.
Yeah, so I'm saying
I think he was for what the Chiefs when you're the Chiefs, are you looking for? I don't have to look for upside. We winning right now.
Yeah,
I need somebody. Exactly. I get a joker that's good right now.
Right.
I don't need somebody like the Bears. Like, I gotta look at the upside too because we're probably not gonna be good like 3-4 years down the road.
Right.
We're winning championships now.
Yes, sir.
So, and Rasheed Rice over just slapping photographers and stuff. You know what I'm saying? So we had to get another. I knew they were going to receive.
Wow.
That boy crazy.
That boy called the photographer back just to catch a fade. I said, that boy different.
Respect it.
I need mine. Respect.
And there's like reports that at SMU He shot in the car, shot somebody's
Bro,
car up.
that was pre-draft. So he had like pre-draft. My boy get active. She get active. Doggy get active.
When I heard that, when they said he called the photographer back just to run the fade, I'm like, yo, I don't promote violence, but that's wild. That's wild. That's the first time I heard somebody do that.
Like, nah, cause slide back, bro.
That's crazy. But I didn't like that pick. The JJ pick, I didn't like. The Xavier Worthy pick, I didn't get.
Yeah, that's a Ty Hill pick. That's a Ty. You know what I'm saying?
Sean Payton.
Boom.
And I hate when they bring on the record. He's played more games than any other college player. But he's been there for forever.
No question about it.
For forever. And they're like, nobody was going to take Bo in the first round.
Anybody.
Sean Payton's got to prove he's the smartest guy in the room. Now, mind y'all, yes, he won that championship with Drew Brees. One, by the way. Not multiple, one. Because some people trying to make it like he won multiple. One.
That's it.
He signed Taysom Hill to a big contract.
Sure did.
Got the Saints in all kind of salary cap and stuff.
Cap hell. They still.
But he's so great. I feel like the Broncos got Josh McDaniels again. About to have somebody come in, mess up their team again. He done got rid of everybody. Ain't nobody there.
And that's why I'm saying they're in another position of being in cap hell because now Cortland Sutton, he got them at stick up. It's stick up time. You done got rid of everybody else. Now you gotta pay me.
Do they? You might get rid of him.
If not, fail. If not, go ahead and fail.
That's crazy. Got rid of
it's stick up time from Cortland Sutton.
But that Bo Nix, that's a loser. The Broncos are a loser. The Broncos are a loser.
That's right.
Plain and simple.
Because ain't no way. We
got the first round recaps. So who's your winner and loser? Now that we're talking about losers, I know the Broncos is one of them. What's a winner? What team won? And see if maybe you got something I don't got. Because I don't really got no winners.
No winners. All right, just as for like overall draft, I got the Cardinals.
Wow.
Some of their picks, just as far as like you still got my boy JT,
first round.
Marvin Harrison. Then they came back second round, got Darius Robinson out of Missouri, and got some edge help.
That's an edge rusher, right?
Yeah, edge rusher. Yeah. Then they got Trey Benson out of Florida State, the running back.
Okay.
And then what's his name? The safety out of Texas Tech. I can't remember his name right now. But that's your first 4 picks.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? I have no complaint with the draft falling the way it did. I mean, mind you, picking at the top of each round, so you got, your best player going into day 2, best player going into day 3, each time you up.
Yeah.
Understood. But either way it shakes out, you still getting the best player available each time you're out the bat. Mm-hmm. So with that in play, I can kind of see like, hey, I'm looking at the NFC West like this. Seahawks still gonna be the Seahawks. They always gonna be competitive, right? I see the Rams. We can kind of count the
Seahawks quarterback,
Gino, but they got my boy Sam Howell out there, who I think might mess around and start. Okay, we can keep it moving. Staying on task.
I have to ask one question. You got to bring up Sam Howell. Kenny don't love to bring that. Hey, Sam, man.
Look out for my man Sam. Sam, hey,
that man gonna be good.
Look, get me on topic because I'll rent. I will rent.
So you got
Rams, who the playoff team, all respect. And then you got
but you looking at Seahawks, Rams, Niners.
Yeah,
Niners are the cream of the crop.
Yeah, Niners is still the juggernaut. But if I'm the Cardinals, I'm like, look, I got young players infused into my roster that could make a difference. And not for nothing, they got Max Melton, cornerback out of Rutgers, who even I think Chris Sims had like top 3 or top 2 in his cornerback ratings. Hey, I'm just saying that this isn't a prospect that you heard during the draft process.
You know what I'm
saying? I did. Okay, I'm not
quoting Chris Sims. That's crazy.
I'm not quoting
the Giants.
I'm just saying.
You're Eagles fans?
You gotta stop with the hate.
His daddy was a Giant.
You know what I'm saying? But
I feel you. The Cardinals, I think they're in that situation where, like, I think the NFC West, it's a fight for second. Because you're talking about the Rams could be going rebuild. The Seahawks, I think they're going to be decent just because I think the defense is going to be good. But
it's the first year without Pete Carroll in some time,
but
man.
they got the coordinator from the Ravens, and if he brings that style and got the players, got rid of Jamal Adams.
Yeah, they got better. The Seahawks got better, if you ask me.
That's the division where you can quickly get up to second. The NFC West and the NFC South are like, the NFC West, of course, you got the Niners, but behind the Niners, you're not that far behind. Like NFC South, which
and we missing one of the center, like one of the biggest things off that team is that Kyler Murray missed a lot of time last year.
Yes, we're gonna see a Kyler Murray.
So you get
if he can stay healthy.
Yeah, you get a healthy Kyler Murray back. That changes a lot.
Yeah.
I'm just saying that flight out to where they play out of Phoenix.
Yeah.
Out of Phoenix, that ain't gonna be no easy dub. I don't believe so. Not this year. I'm not gonna make a prediction just yet. But they are on my team to watch next year. That's all I'm gonna say.
I can't do that. Kyler Murray hasn't proven to stay healthy.
That's all I'm gonna say at this point. They are one of my teams to watch. As we get closer to the regular season, who knows? Some might shake out. But that's who I got as a winner.
Minicap open for a lot of people. Everybody's minicap is open this weekend. Y'all see it on Monday, but today. Minicap started Thursday for a lot of cats?
Yeah.
You got anybody else as a winner?
I had Carolina.
I'm gonna rock with Carolina only because my man Xavier Leggett from Mullins, South Carolina, boy. He a dog though. He a dog, and he been through a lot too. So you know what I'm saying. He like battle tested. You know what I'm saying.
Can we just call him Boomhauer respectfully?
Yo, I was telling my dad the same thing. They do something just like Boomhauer. Not too much though. Not too much.
From South Carolina.
Not too much. I'm man. Not too much.
Hey, respect. I'm just saying, man. He is a dog. He is a dog.
He only listen to music, man. He just be there taking it all in for the love of the game, dog. The love of the game, bro. I understand most of what he's saying.
That's what it sounds like to me.
I understand most of what he's saying, which is kind of sad for me, but nah. I like that Xavier Leggett pickup. I like the story.
Yeah.
My man almost died from COVID, had got real sick. Lost both his parents.
All right, man. Come on.
You know what I'm saying? It's a good story, man. I think, and then on top of it, I think he is a weapon that we need. He's a weapon. He's a legit weapon that we need. You know what I'm saying? Dog. You know what I'm saying? I think he's gonna be a dog.
I like. Y'all also got Jatavion Sanders from Texas.
Mm-hmm.
I think I still got Tommy Tremble, Ian Thomas still out there. So again, back to what you're saying about those 12 personnel running the ball. You know what I'm saying? Add some help there. You know what I'm saying? As much as time you have to give Bryce Young some weapons early in his career, the best you're gonna end up.
Because you gotta see. I'm not totally sold on Bryce, but you gotta at least give him some weapons to see if he's it.
Exactly. And on top of that, my boy Miles Sanders just keep falling further and further down the depth chart. You know what I'm saying? He keep falling further.
Going back though a little bit to your Titans tape.
Uh-oh.
You know they signed Tyler Boyd. They got Tyler Boyd.
I'm here for it. I'm here.
Still trash.
Can I ask a question to the group? Let me just place a question to the group. You have a year 2 quarterback, right, in the fold. You go out. Well, last year you got D-Hop.
Yeah.
This year you go get Calvin Ridley.
Stop.
And
Stop.
Tyler Boyd.
Tyler Boyd, and you said D-Hop, Calvin Ridley. It's D-Hop, Tyler Boyd, and that nigga that gambled on FanDuel with me, named Calvin.
See, either way, you got 3. Can we agree? Can we agree? Hold on. Can we agree that there are 3 quality receivers?
2.5.
2 to pop?
Yeah, I'll play spades.
2 and
We
5.
going board.
We going board for sure.
That nigga said the under on himself.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
He's talking about confident 98. Nigga, I ain't about to get that.
Yo, I saw a post this weekend. They said Malik Neighbors called off his 10K bet with Jaden Daniels about who's gonna be the offensive rookie of the year.
Yeah.
And that boy got into practice with Daniel Jones and said he said, I'm good.
Ain't no way, boy.
I'm good,
Ain't
big
no
dog.
way, boy. I cash out. We're gonna get 2 now.
We'll cash out.
We'll cash out real quick.
But hold on. So let me get my question.
I saw that man throw that ball. I know which ball it was, too. It was when we were wide open. That shit went over his head. He was wide open. He's like,
yeah, it was a go ball. It was a
go ball.
go
Don't even jump.
Yeah.
The receiver just turn around. He's been looking.
He said, yeah, let me go ahead and text my dog. But yo, let me ask my question real quick.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so you go out and get 3 quality receivers.
2.5.
2 and a pop.
Okay.
All right. You go out and get what's the running back from the Cowboys they just got?
That's a pop, too.
From Memphis. I can't remember his name.
So, Pollard?
Pollard, thank you. So you go out there and
You count no Pollard for the run game?
you know what I'm saying? And you add offensive line help.
Hey, they get offensive line.
They got Joe Alt.
They got one of the best offensive linemen on the board.
You telling me
They could be a playoff team.
you
Yeah, but it's Will Levis that I don't trust.
I rest my case. That's all I'm saying is that
No man that puts mayonnaise in his coffee should be in the playoffs.
all I'm gonna say is you
With
don't if
another
you think,
nigga that be on FanDuel.
big dog, if you think that front office do not believe in Will Levis, you're lying.
I mean, they can believe.
You're lying.
There's somebody in there like me in that boardroom. Yeah, I know he put mayonnaise in the coffee.
Hey, real quick.
Trust
What
me.
should be put on your draft
But
notes?
he got it. But hey, he got to deal with Helmut's mayonnaise. Hey, you know what I'm saying?
Titans.
Titans could be a big
You heard it here first.
Titans could be one.
You heard it here
All right,
first.
so we got the winners, losers, and all in between. Who got drafted to the best situation?
Who? Oh man.
I like Verse going to.
Yeah, go first. Go first. 'Cause
I like Verse.
I like the Rams draft all together, but
I like Keon Coleman at the Bills.
mm,
That's my man, Joe. I'm about to buy his jersey.
that's a fact. I'm like, that's the first
That's
time.
my man, Joe.
But let me tell you some. Okay, real quick, real tangent about Keon, bro. He ain't no dummy.
Nah,
He ain't no dummy. Like
he's the
you
real-
can clearly tell like the lights is on upstairs. Like he speaks with a lot of like layman vernacular,
So Louisiana.
colloquialism, like you know what I'm saying. He a real like hometown dude, like somebody you probably know from around the way. But he got some wisdom upstairs. You know what I'm saying? He you can tell he leans on his his mom. You can tell he leans on to like his mentorship. You know, you can tell there
and
was
he's well
there
versed
was
and stuff, man.
yeah.
Man, golf, man, they do a lot of stuff.
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, no dummy don't come off.
Nah, you can tell he, you know what I'm saying, he listens.
Yeah.
He listens to, to
Some
those
people
around
like,
him.
he don't run fast. I said, but did y'all see the gauntlet running? That man never slows down while catching the ball.
Oh, man.
He runs fast enough.
Man, don't tell me. If you an analyst out there telling me about track speed, I don't want to hear about it. That's not football.
But Keon Coleman,
That's not
I think he got to a great situation where he's going to be the guy early with a proven quarterback. Who else?
I like
Michael Penix's situation because he ain't got to play right away.
Yeah.
I like that. He can sit for like 2 years and come out on like some Jordan Love type stuff. So I like that.
I like, hey, man, we ain't got to mess around with it. Let's go with Quinyon. I like his situation. You know what I'm saying?
We homering it right now?
Yeah, I got the equity to do it. Let's do it. So I like Quinyon's situation. I mean, yeah, hey, bro, I don't know who the Eagles is lying to, but Bradbury, you out of there, big dog. You out of there.
Who's on the other side?
Who?
He gonna play the slide.
Who gonna play in the slide?
Bradbury.
Okay. Anywho.
My man Dijon.
Anywho. But you get to learn from Slay. You know what I'm saying? You got we was able to get Chauncey Gardner-Johnson back, so you got some safety help over top. You know what I'm saying? You got
Dijon Cooper, man. Don't forget about my other corner.
That boy going to safety.
Say his name.
Cooper DeJong. You know what I'm saying? But I like his situation just from a mentor standpoint. You know what I'm saying? Like, you got two, vet CBs in the cornerback room right now. At this very moment, I'm counting Bradbury for the moment. To learn from, to engage with, pick their brain, learn how they watch film, and just from what I've read as far as his attitude going into the locker room or just about football is that he's hungry. So I think his situation as far as him being successful early on, I think it can pay dividends really early. Yeah. I like the Quinyon pick, and because you didn't have to trade up for it, I like the Quinyon pick.
That was a good pick. I mean, he was the best corner on the board. Failed to y'all that. I personally think y'all need a linebacker, but
what linebacker you gonna get first round? And we can talk about it probably later on this summer, like the value of that position. Like,
the value of the inside linebacker is still needed.
It's still, but I'm saying
it's heavy.
Then who's paying him?
McQueen got paid.
Queen got paid. Roquan got paid.
Yeah, you need an inside linebacker.
Fred got paid.
You need an inside linebacker. It changes everything. It changes when you got those like Fred, Roquan, McQueen that can run with tight ends and run. Then you can play man. You can blitz at the edge rushers.
I saw that boy Fred carry CeeDee Lamb up the hash.
That's what I'm saying. Like inside linebacker, they need somebody. It's so versatile now that they tackle and they're fast, so they can play in coverage. Because if you don't have a good inside linebacker, then your edge rushers can't get on. You got to have better outside line. You got to have real outside linebackers now that can set the edge, run stuff like that. Inside linebackers play sideline to sideline like Roquan to hit everything that moves.
Yeah,
with bad intentions.
Right, but that's what I'm saying. The value of them, because if I put a lot of money into the trenches, like if I put a lot of money in my D linemen, if I pay them, that makes my inside linebackers look better. That could be the thing.
You have a dominant one like the Niners have a dominant defensive line.
Chiefs with Chris Jones. Like, I don't pay Chris Jones.
I'm saying, like the Niners have a dominant defensive line, right?
Yeah.
It don't take no shine away from Fred.
Oh no, he's still a dog. Dog gonna be a dog for sure.
You know what I'm saying?
I'm still gonna pay Javon Hargrave.
You know what I'm saying? So like, I personally, with y'all's draft, I thought y'all did get linebackers later. The linebacker, but I thought y'all were gonna use one of them early draft capital picks to maybe go find a tackler because tackling was the problem.
Boys can't tackle, but it's also squeaky wheel gets the grease, bro. That secondary was not it.
Yeah, you addressed that.
You gotta address it. Yeah,
I thought the second round y'all was gonna go get y'all a tackler, like either get one of the inside linebackers that was top rated and get somebody that can tackle. That tackling. Y'all didn't like the pass game. Yeah, made y'all look bad, but the run game the run defense lost your games on that edge, pinned down.
Yeah, where he at now?
I see it.
Where he at now, though?
I got you. Yes. I see it, bro. I see it. But the draft, man. I'm saying, good. The draft was alright. You know what I'm saying? You know how I felt about the draft. I talked about it with my dad. You know what I'm saying? I feel like people are scouting, but draft people are not taking no risks. 11 FCS guys drafted, 19 group of 5 guys drafted. You got like whole teams from Power 5 getting drafted, rotation players. Like it seems like that's what they're going for. Like 19 group of 5. These are the same guys on the FBS level. Only 19 of those got drafted. 11 FCS guys got drafted. That's what HBCUs are at. With FCS, none of HBCU guys got drafted. So that means everybody else out of all 200-some picks were Power 5. Don't make sense to me.
Yeah, and I think it's like what Pops was saying. It's just like, but after, I think he said after the 4th or 5th round, ain't nobody at that point guaranteed to make the team.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And that's why I'm definitely agreeing with Pops on that one, because like if I'm in the front office, whether I'm a scout, GM, director of scouting, whatever your title is, if I know there's an FCS guy or, you know what I'm saying, guy over here, like, that I feel can mature in this system, because it's not like no forgotten concept that these players can make it because it is very well possible. It's been shown year and year again.
Yeah.
If I got a guy, I'm gonna be in that draft, in that war room, banging the table for these guys because they can play, and there are athletes down at that level. Yeah. But if you want to take the safe road and just because at that point,
group of five, I'm gonna get this power five guy. Penn State whole defense got drafted.
But my thing is, at that point, only thing you're doing is grading the helmet. You're only grading the logo on the helmet. You're not grading the player. You know what I'm saying? You can't tell me, like you said, those rotational guys on Penn State is better than my guy that went that was second team all MEAC or this, you know what I'm saying, down here.
I mean, Willie Drew from Virginia State had 11 picks.
You can't tell me that.
That's a lot of picks for
even if he starts off year 1, year 2 being a special team guy, a special team ace. Mm-hmm. That's fine. I'm okay with that.
And then that's why I was telling me and my dad was getting deep into it. We got to be ashy. You can go watch our last episode with my pops on. It's not like they're not putting financial investment in these undrafted free agents.
Bingo.
They're getting like $250
up front,
$200,000 guarantee
up front. Yeah,
that's an investment,
right?
Like so that means you had a draft grade.
Like the old tackle from Howard that the Eagles signed. Yeah, got I think about up to almost $300,000 up front. But it's because you say, hey, I see this 6'8", 350 joker. I'm not playing with him. You know what I'm saying?
He's gonna make your team. He'll be on the practice squad.
But that's my point though, and right? It's like
somebody like that size, that's a measurable.
Bingo. It's like I already know off gate. Anybody picked from, like you said, from 4th or 5th round back, that's development. Yeah. I'm just trying to get him in the building. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? But if that's all that's all we doing from that round back, if that's all we're looking for, then why not? Yeah, there ain't that many kids out there that's, you know what I'm saying, that's that athletic at that, you know, height, weight, and speed. You know what I'm saying? So
that's what it was, you know what I'm saying? That's what my biggest takeaway from it. Like, they just drafted Power 5 guys, bro. Yeah, but you know, shout out to the draft, man. NFL season be here before you know it, man. You know what I'm saying? NFL football is in the air. Starting to get right, man. Training camp open up July.
Like end of July. Then we still got OTAs.
OTAs and stuff
coming in
like
June.
that.
So you know,
before you know it, we talking preseason, man.
It's among us.
And you know what we're not talking about? UFL. But anyway, I'm sorry, we can move on.
Hey man, support your local team. Support your local team. That's all I'm gonna say that. Man,
hey, bro. So what our next, you know what I'm saying? Moving right along with our next one, man. NFL NBA playoffs, my bad. NBA playoffs, and you know, we can talk about the MVP discussion, you know what I'm saying? So the playoffs, for me, have been very interesting. You know what I'm saying? I'm comparing everything to Disney movies this time. It's kind of like Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory, bro. Like, they got different flavors, bro. And then, like, when you get
the raspberries taste like raspberries.
Yeah.
The snazberry tastes like snazberry.
Yeah. And then, like, and on my course, who's the real villain in that movie? Is Grandpa, bro.
That's crazy. That's crazy. Grown man laid up in the bed
during the Depression
for years.
They hop up into a chocolate
factory. You know what I'm saying? Are we up? You got a ticket?
That's crazy.
Let your family suffer.
Yeah, true villain, bro. I'm telling you, I'm doing this the whole time, bro. I'm comparing movies and telling you who the real villain of the movie is. Nah,
that's a good concept.
You know what I'm saying? So, but it's like we want, like they have different flavors, and then when you get kicked out, here come the munch. The Oompa Loompas come to get you out. Oompa, 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 dee. You know what I'm saying? But the playoffs been very interesting. We got past the first round. I think it really wasn't too many surprises in the first round. Like when Milwaukee went down with all them injuries, I knew that the Patriots was going to win. But New York, man, hey, it's up. And I told y'all.
The city's awake.
I told y'all. They're going to get the conference finals. I'm going to have to make my way to New York. The city's lit.
They up there.
It's lit.
They up there.
It is lit. New York is lit right now. I think it's 2-1 right now.
Yeah, they just want
going into Sunday. So it could be 3-1 by the time y'all see this.
Yep.
Knicks fans deserve it, bro.
And I like the group they doing it with. You know what I'm saying?
All New York Cats.
You know what I'm saying? I like the group that they rocking with. And also with the fact that, you know, your boy Julius Randles is sitting there watching this entire thing happen in front of him.
Yeah, he knows it
is. Is that time, bro? Go, you tell. Hey, it's like, you want to tell him, bro?
He's in the sideline like.
I think that's what
high five you as much.
Dog.
People like, we come a dog.
Bro.
Ain't nobody rushing you, dog.
My man was posted on this, like, damn.
Trade that man. Josh Hart over getting 18 boards a game.
Bruh. You know what I'm saying? DiVincenzo popping out what? He been like averaging what? Close to 20 or over 20?
Eating.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
Brad over here knocking down threes.
But then
Jose Ananobi's balling.
Shout out to Tibbs. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, he gonna mess it up, but you know, we can hop him down.
We can show. I'm gonna give you some love.
Never forget Tibbs played the Dan Rose, bro.
Who said shout out?
It's up forever, bro. They was up 20.
True, that's the real villain.
They was up 20, bro. Why would Derrick Rose like? Man, we can go down a little bit. Remember that? I'm gonna get back on topic. I think y'all young cats don't know how nice prime Derrick Rose was, bro.
Hey, no slander will be
on that Miami Heat team, they had to put prime LeBron on there to stop Derrick Rose. He eating up D-Wade, tearing D-Wade up. I mean, for 40.
Nah, we ain't doing no D Rose slander.
Like
that was my CTV.
That man D Rose was different. Tibbs, you know, it's Tibbs.
All right, what about the Cavs?
The Cavs, you know, I'm not big on Donovan Mitchell. Yeah. I do think that Donovan Mitchell, when it's time to really win game, I think he has great stats, but I don't think his stats translate to wins as much. I think they caught the Celtics lacking, and I think the Celtics I think it's gonna be 4. I think it'll be a gentleman's sweep. I think the Celtics win the rest of these games. Because Donovan ain't gonna score 50 points or 45 points.
Nah, I mean, that's what you would need for that one.
So them two series, I think the Pacers can probably make it go 6, but I think the Knicks, if the Knicks stay healthy, because
you got that foot injury.
For
Brunson,
they have some things, so that could be interesting. But out west, I mean, that's where it's at, bro. Because you got tied 1-1 with Shea in Dallas. That's 1-1.
The Mavs, well, they just dropped the game. They 2-1 with the
Nuggets?
the Wolves.
The Wolves. And they dominated them in that game.
Yeah.
So I don't know. At first, I thought it was Timberwolves about the gentleman's sweep.
Yeah.
But the way that the Nuggets came and in Minnesota.
Yeah. But it looked like a light switch went on or something. Like it was like they learned how to guard Ant-Man.
Yeah. Shout out to Jamal Murray for doing what everybody has wanted to do when you get pissed off at somebody. Sometimes you want to throw shit at people. Sorry for my language. But sometimes you want to throw stuff at people. Sometimes you get something like, yeah, he did it. It was the impulse. Should have got suspended though. But we all have been there. Shoot this thing. I've been there. I saw his face and everything. You're not mad, just disgusted.
Yeah.
But he did it twice. They threw the towel and the heater. That's crazy. You know what I'm saying? Get your aim up. But but Jamal Murray came out balling. You know what I'm saying? Ant-Man, on my next topic was who's the star of the playoffs. Ant-Man is the star of the playoffs, and I finally am gonna put some respect on Cat's name, bro. It's been a long time.
Oh man, that's crazy.
But he's balling. But now y'all see what I've been saying. I said like he has so much talent. You cannot. He shoots threes. He can post you up. He can drive. He can rebound. He can block shots. When he's on, he's unstoppable, bro. Like that's why I say like Embiid is nice and Joker is nice, but when he's on, he's more talented than both of them. Embiid is more physical. You know, Joker's more like, I'm gonna pass to the left. Embiid is like, I can back you down. I'm a dunk on y'all can shoot. Embiid can't shoot like none of them can shoot like Cat. None of them can handle the ball like Cat. And Cat also can rebound and play defense at 7'1". Like when he got his mind, and he just don't have an alpha personality.
To take over the game.
You know what I'm saying? That's why Ant is the star. Ant-Man is crazy. But Cat is finally starting to show why he was the number one pick. To me, in a time when you need him to show it. There's no reason why Timberwolves have been this long without making it further
that far. Yeah. And like you said, I still got that. I got that series going to 6. I got Denver still picking up one when they get back home. Like right now, they in Minnesota.
You don't think they can win 2 in Minnesota like Minnesota? I don't think they win 2 in Minnesota.
No. Like I think it's very much the case of I think Ant came out flat. They wasn't getting help from McDaniels that much.
Nas Reed wasn't knocking out the layups.
You know what I'm saying? Conley was, fumbled on a few ones. So I think it's just like.
But they switched it up too. They didn't let Jamal Murray bring the ball up all the time. Mm-hmm. They tried to stop Jamal. And they got out of Jamal Murray's hand quick. They played that Braun kid more, the white kid. They played him more, and he had 2 ball handlers on the court at all time. And Rick Jackson played a little bit. Kyle Pope brought the ball. They didn't solely depend on trying Jamal bring the ball up court, then get into your action. So I saw that part because that was a switch up in Mike Malone's game, and they started doing the pick and roll a little deeper. Instead of further out, you know what I'm saying? At the top of the key, they kind of did it a little deeper. So when you came off that pick, Joker was right in his spot instead of at the 3-point line. You know what I'm saying? Gotcha. I think that was I saw some adjustments that they did.
I was thinking more so like on the defensive side, like a lot of combo play when Ant started getting to that wing. A lot of that wing defender come off the help.
No clear pass.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So he can't drive base or do like a little euro to the middle. Like I thought it was going.
And they left the shooters open.
Right.
Like, which I agree with. They should have did that. I think they were so worried about their shooters that the dude was showing. But we ain't going to hold. Leave Mike Conley. If Mike Conley's going 50, they're supposed to lose.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? The other series, Luka's hurt. They said he's questionable to play. I like both teams. I like the Mavs squad.
It's hard. And that's one of
I like the Mavs. I like Daniel Gafford out here. Wizards player, Wizards are trash. Out here balling. You know what I'm saying? Balling. I want the Wizards to be good. You know what I'm saying? Right? I would go to the games. You know what I'm saying? Daniel Gafford and Lively. The trades they made for Gafford and PJ Washington and all them helped their defense. They got to protect Kyrie because Kyrie is older. You can tell he gets a little tired. He playing hard defense. Kyrie's playing defense. But playing defense like that is good. They got to. I think if Jason Kidd can find a way to protect Kyrie on the defensive end, we're going to give him some energy. Let Luka win the first 3 quarters. I know it's going to sound crazy to people. Let Luka ball out the first 3 quarters. Have Kyrie ready for the fourth. Kyrie can close these games out for
you. Yeah, easy.
Kyrie will be my closer. And I know that sounds crazy with Luka being like an MVP candidate, but sometimes you got to know what's the guy that's really been here before.
Yeah, and has that
got that dog in him in some of these shots.
Yeah.
And then OKC is just the unknown, man. They're young, bro. They're young. Even though they're balling. Jalen Williams is balling. Their shooters are shooting. Shea is doing their thing.
Yeah.
Chet is starting to play like a big man that he is.
Yeah.
I like it.
That's outside of that Knicks Pacers series. This is like my favorite series. I mean, I'm always going, tuning in for Ant-Man, but it's like outside of this one's like one where I really don't have no dog in the fight. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? It's just like, I want to see the young bulls get off, but I also want to see Kyrie get back up to that, get back close to that chip too. So there's no way to lose. The West is just crazy.
I think that's the one that can go 7. I'm going to hold resolve where I'm going to say with Denver. Now, if Denver wins Sunday,
we in trouble.
When y'all see this Monday, but if we get back, if y'all see this and Denver won,
we in trouble.
That's going 7.
We in trouble.
Because that means they stole 2 games at your house.
It's the same way with Minnesota. They stole 2 in Denver.
I know, but who would have thought Denver would go back there and steal 2 games? It's hard to beat people at home in the playoffs. Hard to beat people at home in general.
Right.
I think
like Indiana, they haven't won or they haven't lost at home.
Yeah, that can go 7. That can go 6.
Yeah.
I just think the Knicks, if they healthy, I think the Knicks can get them. I think don't they play tonight? Or they played last night.
They played last night.
So they play Sunday.
Yeah.
Tonight the Mavs in the play, right? Yeah. So I think the Mavs and OKC might go 7 because they're equally they're young teams.
I hope so.
I mean, one is a young team, one is a team that's real reliant on 2 players to score. On the East, I think the Celtics gonna win the rest of the games. You know, Celtics gave up one. I think they're just too much.
Yeah, that was just like you said, a gentleman's sweep. We can wrap this up to 5.
Yeah,
we can wrap this up to 5. But thanks for coming out.
Yeah. Another topic that happened was when we got the NBA was the MVP discussion. And how do you feel about it? MVP. I wanted Shea to win, but I knew they wasn't gonna give it to Shea. I was surprised they didn't give it to Luka. I was actually kind of surprised they gave it to Joker again.
It's the same thing. It's kind of like with LeBron, right? Like LeBron can win it.
Giannis could win it every year.
Can win it every year. You know what I'm saying?
30, 11
some guys could just. It's just like the numbers gonna be what they are. You know they're gonna.
I think Shea was deserving winner.
Shea, as far as Shea is like who's been the most impactful.
Young team, first in the West.
First, I took this team to be a number 1 seed. Come on, man. It's there for the taking, but you know that will require somebody to take the mantle as the face of the league.
Yeah,
which should be Shea, and if I'm Shea, I'll be just as adamant as he's been. Like in that Clippers series, like I'm taking shots at Paul George for the rest of my career. Yeah. Like, bro, I'm him, and when I try to count me out, I've been him. Yeah. Especially the way this Mavs series is gonna shake out, bro. Like I'm a dog. Shout out to
the Hornets, sorry ass scouting team because we drafted Shea on draft night and traded him to the Clippers on draft. I don't know to the Clippers on draft night. So we drafted Kobe on draft night too.
Yeah, Vlade Divac.
We could have been great. The Hornets could have been great.
That's 2 different eras, bro.
We could have been great.
You know what I'm saying? You still got.
I'm talking about who? Who
That's
got?
2 different eras.
Oh, I said you still got who? Lonzo? No.
LaMelo? Yeah.
Bro, he ain't no superstar that's gonna carry you to the playoffs. And Brandon Miller damn sure ain't in. We could have been great. We could have been great. But I digress. Next topic. You know what I'm saying? We out on time. We good, bro.
Let's do it. Let's rock out.
WNBA, is this their breakout year? Question mark. WNBA starts Tuesday. I think it kick off with the Aces.
Yeah.
On Tuesday. You know what I'm saying? I'm excited. I bought my league pass. I ain't gonna lie. I copped it. I caught the WNBA league pass. I'm gonna be there. I'm here.
That's right.
But are they gonna fumble this? Or are they gonna make this the breakout year it should be? Let's talk about the positives first.
Okay.
The positives are the chartering flights. Positive. They're chartering flights. So now they don't have to fly commercial with the rest of us. I don't want to see Angel Reese on my Delta flight with me. No. That's not respect.
That's real crazy.
You know what I'm saying? I don't want to see a TSA with me.
That was right. Audrey Wilson posted up in security check.
Yeah, Nah, bro. They need to be able to have charter flights like the professional athletes that they are. Security reasons, one. But, yeah. So they're chartering flights now, so that's a good thing. And, you know, the rookies that got drafted can ball. The Sparks ball. They 2 draft picks balling. Angel Reese is actually looking better than I thought she was.
That little twin tower pick and roll.
Even though Camilla got hurt, she out for 4 weeks.
You know what I'm saying? Like, but I see the idea behind it is like this could be something.
And it's bringing names other good like my girl from Atlanta, Lisa Gray. The Dallas Wings got Kalani.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's her name. I want to say that's her name. You'll see on TikTok.
Right.
Like, it's some ballers. Yo, WNBA is balling. And they're adding. They said Oakland was supposed to be, Golden State supposed to be adding the team.
They need to. I was about to say
Toronto's adding the team.
They need to get and they need with TV rights too. Like they need to get something going for that because
you still talking about bringing back the comments.
They're losing a lot of talent. saying just overseas just because it's not enough teams.
Yeah,
Not enough teams. It's like old girl that got dropped from Jackson State is not because she wasn't hooping. She's not a baller. It's just
not enough spots. Yeah,
it's a shame, bro.
So,
but I think with the money that they're gonna see over these next few years,
gotta convince some NBA owners. The NBA gotta help the WNBA convince NBA owners. It's time.
It's worth the money.
Time to get back some of the teams.
Yeah.
I would love to see the Charlotte Stage back. You know what I'm saying? See the Houston Comets back. They need to have Houston come back.
Yeah.
I mean, they won 4 WNBA championships. Like, they have a history.
Mm-hmm.
But also we would be remiss not talking about the fumbles. The fumble was, and I don't think it's WNBA. I think it's ESPN because they have rights.
Oh my goodness.
They gonna push Caitlin Clark down everybody's throat so much. Pause. That was crazy.
Real crazy.
That is gonna turn people off. Because Angel Reese is shown what jersey sales and that Reebok deal she just signed. And she's a star too.
Yeah.
Elisa Peely is a Samoan, American Samoan.
Get on that train while you still can.
Cameron Brink and the old girl out there at the Sparks doing numbers.
Mm-hmm.
Like people want to have a chance to see something. People are starting to pick favorite players, and I got about 4.
Yeah.
You know, my girl from Dallas. I think her name is Kalani. I can't think of her name right now. Shout out to you.
You know who you are.
You know, I do like the Fever. I like Aaliyah Boston too. You know what I'm saying? I like the Chicago Sky. I like Minnesota. I like the Atlanta Dream. You know what I'm saying? It's some teams that got good players. That's why I said I'm going to cop this league pass, man.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And the WNBA just needs to. I hope they're going to use this opportunity and push on ESPN to market more than just Aja and Caitlin.
Yeah. But even with, and I think that's what goes into, a lot of just going back to the TV side of things. I'm not speaking on the talent on the court, but just the TV rights things where I think is the bigger issue, right? Is that's why you get back, ESPN is starting to get into contract talks with with the likes of NBC or Fox or whatever, because you got to get these TV contracts in hand in order to expand. You know what I'm saying? To have the bandwidth to, show these games. So I think, and not for nothing, because I'm gonna extend some grace here. I think right now, when I say this, not right now, but leading up to this moment, WNBA has a lot of eyes on them, just as an organization. As far as, hey, they're under the microscope, under the gun saying, hey, y'all better get this right. And they know that. So I don't think it's for a lack of trying, but the first domino has to fall first. And that's obtaining these TV contracts so that a squad in Toronto can form. A squad out there in the Bay can be there. You know what I'm saying? The first domino has to fall in order to get this infrastructure right. So once the money starts rolling in, the promo, the ad dollars, all that, it all has to, it all starts with getting the right infrastructure in place. And I think they're doing it. They know what type of eyes and ears is on the game now, right now. So I'm gonna give them a little bit more space, a little bit more rope to hang themselves with. You know what I'm saying? Trigger warning. But other than that,
that's fine.
But other than that,
so they Golden State will add their expansion team. San Francisco will have a team in 2025, and Toronto will start playing in 2026.
Beautiful.
So how many teams does that give the WNBA? Right now they got 12. I give them 14. If they get to 15, that's 15. Some math ain't my thing. 15 times 12. That's 180 girls, women. I'm sorry, it's 180 women. So if you maybe 16 teams, you're getting up to that 200 number. That 200.
That's why I think it's a couple of space.
I think that 15 is
a couple of space
right now until because you don't want to have too many where you're diluting the product when you don't got enough women to go around.
Yeah, well, I think,
you know what I'm saying.
Well, you still keep it even, right? So come playoff time and stuff like that.
Yeah, so I think 15 is a good number. And if you can find, if Houston come back, that'd be 16.
Right.
That's a good number to have where you're not diluting your product, but you're still competitive and giving women a chance.
Yeah.
Women a more fighting chance to make the team.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I do hope that, you know what I'm saying? I'm excited, you know what I'm saying? Tuesday, Aces versus somebody. Who Aces playing?
Let me check it up. Yeah, I got you. But it's I wouldn't rush to calling it a not a fumble just yet, because I think they went so long with being on the same, doing the same rigmarole year in and year out.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And then they just got hit upside the head with like a bundle of star power, walking in. And they just like, whoa, how do we manage this? You know what I'm saying? So it's just like, hey, what do we got to do first? Because we cannot let this slip through our fingers. Because there's a lot of revenue at stake. You got sponsors crawling out from underneath the rock to, try to throw money or try to throw money in big sponsorship and ad dollars at these girls, but it's like we don't have the framework to fit it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, we would love to do commercials for Deloitte. We would love to do commercials for Boom. We would love to do commercials for this contract, that contract, or this company, that company. You know what I'm saying? But are we going to be able to pay these folks off?
Yeah.
Because we don't have no TV money to support that. You know what I'm saying? So let's, I think they just need a little bit more runway to really build that in place, because the money's there, and the star power is there. The star power got to, the infrastructure got to match the star power on the court. That's it.
Yeah. So you got Tuesday? You got Liberty and Mystic playing, Fever and Connecticut Sun, Minnesota Lynx and the Seattle Storm.
Ooh.
And then you got the Mercury and Ace. That's Brittany Griner versus Aja. I think that was like last year's Western Conference Finals, I want to say. So that's good. Then you got the Sky and Dallas make their debut, which would have been great because the Dallas has two girls. It's like a twin towers themselves. But Cardoso got hurt, so she's out. I think for like 3 weeks they said. Shoulder injury or something like that.
But yeah, the rookies are showing like they're gonna provide some quality minutes going into this year, so that's a big plus. They got a good, as I'm saying, they got a good draft class underneath their hat. You know what I'm saying? And that always helps to push the league forward.
I'm telling you, if you haven't got it, you know what I'm saying? This is, you know what I'm saying? Ain't no paid promo, man. Get the league pass, bro. You can see who you want to see, bro. Start making your favorite players. That's how leagues grow, bro. That's how leagues grow.
Shout out to IDK. You know what I'm saying? We be happy to, you know what I'm saying, to push the culture forward.
I'll push that.
You know what I'm saying? I got you. Say less.
But nah, you know what I'm saying? Good show this week, recap, we got to have a good recap of everything. Don't forget, we drop every Monday at 5 p.m. on YouTube and wherever you get your podcast at on all platforms. Auditory for auditory listeners. That's Amazon, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, iHeart, wherever you get your podcast from. You can find IDK Sports, and you can find us on our YouTube page. And then how you can keep up with everything is by hitting the subscribe and like button, so you can notification button on YouTube, so you can see every time that we drop. And follow us on Instagram at IDK Sports Pod, so you can see content and some clips and content that we have. You know what I'm saying? But the only way you can get that is by following us and hitting the button, man. So, you know what I'm saying? Good episode this week. Another one under the name. Getting kind of up there episode. So we at a point now where you go on the YouTube page to see old content. You know what I'm saying? And look and see what I takes for and see if I'm lying or not.
He is.
You know what I'm saying?
And he is.
You go back. You know what I'm saying? Go back and see all our content on YouTube page. It'll be up to not including the shorts, it'll be up to 30 videos. You know what I'm saying? Over 50 auditory pods. So, you know what I'm saying? The content's there.
We do it for the love,
you know what I'm saying? So just hit the button, hit the like button, subscribe button, share button, follow, let everybody know this is your premier spot to listen to sports talk with the average guys. Until next time, I'll let you.